Hey guys, this is Asdjke and today we're going to be checking out a new door. This is a 2x2 version of the 3x3 swapper door. Now if you haven't seen that video, please click the massive annotation on the screen right now to go check it out. This uses the same concept, but I decided to make a 2x2 version to make it easier and also to include a tutorial, that way you guys can give it a shot yourself. So if you are unfamiliar with what a swapper door does, let me give you a quick demo. Basically it works like an ordinary 2x2 door or 3x3 like the other video. And then we see it just goes like normal, but when you hit this button over here, magic happens, and there we go, it swaps out different patterns, and yeah, you can store two different patterns, and that can be used for some pretty cool things. One concept that I showed off in my 3x3 door video is how it can be used to dial up different rooms. So here we see we have my library door, and I can basically dial up my laboratory door, but you know what, I want to go to my library first, so let's go there, dial that door up, and let's walk on through that. As you can see, this is a lot quicker than the 3x3 version. A lot quicker also. So here we are, we're in the library. Alternatively, you can also dial up the laboratory door, and if we walk on through that, down the same hallway, fall down the same hole, here we are in the lab. So yeah, no black magic, no editing involved here. Yeah, it's all in vanilla Minecraft, so I'll show you guys how it's done. Here's the door itself. It is a mere 11 by 3 by 6. It is absolutely tiny for what it does. It is definitely a lot smaller and more, you know, resource friendly than the 3x3 version, but yeah, it doesn't have quite as big of a bang, but obviously it's only a 2x2 door. So here, if we shut the door, we can see it's nice and flush with the surface. You can bring it back, and it's very easy to just swap out the other color. The red pops in, we can bring that back, there's the red. So that's our secondary pattern, and just as easy to change it back to the first one. So that's how that works. Now this is the original door design, but it turns out it has a directional quirk to it. So I had to go and redesign it, and now this one here will work in any direction. Just has these on the sides to avoid some interesting block update behaviors when it's facing in different directions. So yeah, as we can see, this one works identically. And yeah, what I'm going to do right now is jump on in and show you guys how to build it. So we're going to go ahead and start off with a 3x8 area, and then throw down two sticky pistons like this. And then whatever building block you decide to use, as long as it is a solid block, we can run them around in this formation and put two there. Now for the repeaters, we'll put two 4-tick repeaters facing inwards like this, and then two 1-tick repeaters up on top of them. And then we are going to run redstone in between, and then some non-sticky pistons facing up, and then two blocks in between them. That easy. That is the first component finished. Okay, now we'll get the pistons laid out for the door itself. So we're going to bring this over like this, and then lay it out like a normal piston door would be. So we're going to bring some blocks around like this, and two sticky pistons like that, and two next to it, and then we do the same on the other side. Like this, 2x2, and like that. Get rid of the blocks underneath, and those will be the pistons that drive the door itself. So now we're going to want to lay down the base for our circuit, so we're going to put two blocks on either side like this, bring them over like this, and then make a little base on top here where our wiring can sit. Now under here we're going to bring out two blocks on either side. Underneath that is going to go a sticky piston, and likewise on the other side, each with blocks attached to them. And now for the wiring, we're going to put two redstone dust on either side like this, a square in the middle, 3 redstone going down over the top of this, 1-tick, 4-tick, and the same on the other side. Now that is our door mechanism finished. That'll operate the door itself. So now onto the upper part of the mechanism. So we're going to start off with two glowstone here with redstone on them, then some blocks up on top here. We're going to go up one like that, out one more, and then along like 3 like that. So 3 like that, in there, up there. And now we're going to put in our pistons, so two sticky pistons facing down, one on either side, then regular pistons underneath them. I'm going to put in the repeaters. We're going to put a 4-tick there, 4-tick there, 1-tick, 1-tick, and that's it. And then we're going to put redstone in all these blocks, and finish it off by putting 2 blocks in front like that. We can test this out. Bam. Now it's as easy as picking your pattern, so I'm just going to do a red one and a purple one, and then just throwing on levers and buttons. I'm going to put a button up in here, up one more block, that way it doesn't power the one below it. So that'll be able to push that down now without powering that redstone. And then here we can shut the door. You can see there it's flush with purple. And we'll bring it back. We'll change the door to red. And then we will shut the door. And there's our red door. Now as to how it automatically switches in this version over here, is I hooked up quite a bit of extra logic to it. That way basically what it does when you press the button on a T flip-flop, it basically opens the door, then pulses opposite sides. So when I press it now, it'll open the door, then pulse the ones underneath, or the ones on top actually, the ones on top down. Now if I press it again, it'll open it and push the ones up from underneath. So it'll basically alternate like that on a T flip-flop. And here we can see the extremely compact wiring I did for that. So that is how that works. And then for how it can tell which room to teleport to, that's this little circuit here that comes off the T flip-flop. Basically comes down here. These are command blocks that are invisible in this texture pack because it's not updated. Yeah, as we can see, they're just teleport coordinates to either room. And that's hooked up to this little bit of logic here, which is just basically a line that comes in from the T flip-flop. One of them gets inverted, one of them doesn't get inverted. Then that goes into, down in here is a tripwire that you fall past. And basically what happens with that is that comes out here, which activates these pistons, which pushes them down into this gap. So if I was to put a block there right now, it would power that block, which would then power that one. Or if the T flip-flop was in the other state, that one there would be active instead of this one, so it would then activate this one. That's how that works. It's fairly easy to copy. You can just pretty much copy it straight off there. So some crazy half of my brain has decided to give you guys a tutorial on how to do this whole automatic switching system. So yeah, let's get stuck into that. So we're going to want to run out the pressure plates for where you're going to stand on to activate the door to open it. And then we're going to run some redstone underneath all the way over to here, and then fill all that in with redstone. I'm going to run out like that, and a glowstone block, and we're going to want to dip these ones here under by one. Now these, what I'm building right now, will act as the pulse extenders to make sure that the door stays open for long enough. That way you'll be able to walk through with ease. And we'll want to bring over a repeater here on 4 ticks, and one here on 4 ticks also, and just merge in that redstone, block that off. And likewise on the other side. So how this will work right here is the glowstone, as you guys probably know, redstone can only travel upwards on glowstone, so that means that this won't infinitely loop, which is a very efficient way of doing a pulse extender. So what you're going to want to do is come around the back here and extend out this roof region here a little bit. That way you got some room to work with. Then you're going to bring a block up here, torch on the side, bring them back one more, then glowstone. And you're going to extend that all the way over, block that off. And then you're going to want to put redstone in under there and up there. Repeater here on 4 ticks, repeater here on 2 ticks. Now with this signal right here, what you're going to do is bring it out one more. And then you're going to want to put it into a sticky piston. This is going to act as a 1-tick monostable, which is going to lead into our T flip-flop. So I'm going to bring it there, bring it up back on top of itself, around like this, redstone on top like that. Another sticky piston here, this will act as the T flip-flop itself. Over like this, up one more, that'll be the block there that powers. That way when this here extends, it'll actually give power. This can go up one more block. We'll have our piston there. Great. So now what we're going to want to do is bring this up here like this and like that. Grab a torch, whack it there. Bring that over there. Down one more. And we're going to want to bring this back over to itself on a 3-tick repeater, coming from that torch there. Block that signal off so that it doesn't interfere. And that'll come around like that. Repeater there. Redstone on top. And get rid of this button and replace that with plain redstone. Now around the back here we're going to want to make that a repeater, that way nothing backflows. Redstone down here, torch, down a block, and we'll catch that. That'll plug into those pistons down there later on. And then here is where our input will be to the machine, and there's the redstone that will connect it. Now to plug this torch down into this system down here, we're going to want to put one more torch on the side of that, bring that down like that, repeater, 2 ticks. Now we have to attach a little bit of logic here. We're going to put some glowstone there and bring that out to a block here. That's then going to be powered by a torch like that. And this here has to move up one more block also. And in here we have a block, the torch on the side of it, which is going to be able to power that torch. Come down like that. Then from underneath we will power that by another torch. And it'll come out like this, and we'll plug directly into our door system. Repeater there, and redstone along like that. And basically what that'll do is it'll prevent from any of these upwards or downwards firing pistons happening when the door is opening or closing, which could stuff up. Now to plug in the pressure plates to opening and closing the door, we're going to want to make a few little alterations here. Just change that to a redstone lamp to update it. That way we don't have any issues with that. I'm going to put a repeater up in here, a block there. That's going to come out to a torch. Underneath that, another torch. And 2 diagonal blocks like this. And that'll run directly out of there. Block there also. And in under here we can just fill in some torches. Then that there will be our working system. You may get 1 tick while that's happening from all the torch placements, but you just fix it up, it won't happen normally. And here we go, we can see when we stand on the pressure plates, it'll open, we can walk through, and it will shut behind us. Beautiful. And that's all there is to it. So if you see around the back here now, when we hit this toggle button right here, it'll switch out. It just went to red. Now the door is flush red. I can whack that same button once again, and we will switch over to purple. On either of these states you can walk straight through, and all you got to do is attach that little bit of blue logic I showed you earlier, and you're golden. So you guys, thanks for watching so much, I really do appreciate it. Yeah, please check out my channel, I've got plenty more things like this coming, and I've also been working on a map very much indeed. Yeah, no spoilers there, so definitely check that out, and yeah guys, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.